Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back into another edition of Keytime Sports. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to Keytime Sports right here on YouTube, Key City Sports right here on Instagram when it comes up, and the key on millions.co. Here is my profile. Here is my profile so that you will know it's me. Here is my media feed for all of my previous segments, and here is my merchandise. We will be rolling out new merchandise at the end of this month and for the rest of the year. And I'm going to go back to my Instagram, Key City Sports on Instagram. Now let's talk about it. Let's talk about these three games that were on the docket last night, and all of them, well, I would say two of them lived up to the hype. The first game that I am going to cover is the Oklahoma City Thunder and the New York Knicks. Now, Oklahoma City still has the best record in the NBA. They are the odds on favorite to make the finals and win the NBA championship. Last night, I want to show y'all a few things when it comes to this is before I get to the highlight clips and stuff. But when it comes to Oklahoma, last night, SGA played. He was very efficient last night. He was 9 of 16. He had 26 points in 35 minutes. Isaiah Hartenstein, 17 minutes, 0 points. He was just out there for strictly, he's a defensive specialist at times, and that is exactly what they needed last night. Chet Holmgren, 28 points in 32 minutes, which is great. Lugaz Dort, 16 points in 33 minutes. 33 minutes. He is also a defensive specialist. Cason Wallace, 4 points in 29 minutes. He's got to do more, and he's got to have more shot attempts. Now, for the bench production for the Oklahoma City Thunder, Jalen Williams, 8 points in 18 minutes. Alex Caruso, 12 minutes, 3 points. Kenrick Williams, 3 points, 6 minutes. Isaiah Joe, 24 minutes, 4 points. Aaron Wiggins, 18 minutes, 6 points. Jared McCain, 15 minutes, 5 points. So we know how OKC can turn it on at the end of the season. Pretty much the last couple of years, they've done this. Even going into last year, going into the playoffs, they did this. Now we get to the New York Knicks, and it's pretty much the same exact thing when it comes to the New York Knicks. Their starting five is balanced. OG Anunoby, 16 points. Karl Anthony Towns, 17 points. Josh Hart, their defensive specialist, 10 points. Mikal Bridges, 15 points. Jalen Brunson, 16 points in 39 minutes. He did not have a great shooting night, but the Knicks still had a chance to win. And here is where I have trepidation with the New York Knicks when it comes to their bench production. Jeremy Sloan, 2 minutes, 0 points. He didn't have any shots, so I'm not going to get into much of that. Muhammad Dwaria, 13 minutes, 9 points, which is good for him. Ariel Hakaporti, 9 minutes, 0 points. Landry Shamet, 31 points, 31 minutes, 14 points. Jose Alvarado, 12 minutes, 3 points. And for the last five players on the depth chart, they did not play because of coach's decision. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just get down to the nitty gritty of this. This is possibly an NBA Finals preview. When it comes to the New York Knicks bench production, they have one of the worst bench productions in the NBA. OKC still have players that are suffering through injuries, but at this point of the season, everybody is suffering through some type of injury, so that is no excuse. So now OKC, odds on favorite to win it all. As you can see last night, when it comes to efficiency, we all see that OKC, when they are at their best, it's hard for anybody to beat them in a 7-game series. And by default, OKC is the best team in the NBA, not just record-wise, but as far as team charisma and team caliber when it comes to the team build of everything. They are the best team in the NBA no matter what. So, New York Knicks, they have tough sledding, but the New York Knicks, they did have a chance to win this game. In the last 45 seconds, I'm going to get everybody to come on over to here. The last 45 seconds of this game, mainly the last 90 seconds of this game, the Knicks, they go down. Josh Hart puts up the shot, down by 5. Now, what I'm expecting right here is New York Knicks to get a stop, which they did. Jalen Brunson goes for the shot. He makes the shot. And it seems like OKC, they did not go down and make a shot. But see, this is what I'm talking about. You got a good look. Let's say got another good look. And was not able to tie the game. Free throws. Free throws played a big factor in this game, and I'm going to show you all the free throw disparity in this game. Now, the Knicks were 16 of 22 from the free throw line. If the Knicks were, I'm going to say 20 of 22 from the free throw line, they win the game. See, this is what I've been saying when it comes to the New York Knicks. Free throws, defensive lapses, and turnovers are going to kill any team, but the New York Knicks, if their starting 5 ain't hitting on all cylinders, then they just don't have a chance. Because as you can see, last night, the starters for the New York Knicks, everybody played at least 25 plus minutes. 25 plus minutes. And like I say, and even Mikal Bridges, him playing 40 minutes, that's a little bit too much, and he wasn't efficient. But the New York Knicks, this is how they've been playing all throughout the season. This is how they've been playing over the last 3 years. So why would they change anything up? Even though I think that they are going to lose in the playoffs, no matter if they get to the second round or the conference finals, the New York Knicks, they are going to lose in the playoffs. So all you New York Knicks fans out there, you're going to have to bear with the Knicks for at least another year, because this is going to be another year of where you are just going to have to go back to the drawing board and get ready and try and compete for the championship for the Knicks next season. The next game I'm going to cover is pretty much a game that fell by the wayside when it comes to last night, but this was a very intriguing matchup because both of these teams are still fighting for the play-in tournament. But as you can see, the Atlanta Hawks, they have a 6-game lead on the Milwaukee Bucks with 18 games to play. For the Milwaukee Bucks, they will possibly have to win the majority of their remaining 18 games. And when I say majority, I'm saying like maybe 14 or 15 out of their final 18 games, they are going to have to win, and they are going to have the Atlanta Hawks lose 3 or 4 games here and there, because the Atlanta Hawks last night, Atlanta Hawks, they are a team that's a diamond in the rough right now. They are. Yeah, they're not gonna go. They're not gonna increase their record, and they can't fall. They are just going to stay right where they're at. They are going to be stagnant because when you look at their scores and pretty much Atlanta, they are getting ready for the future, well, preparing for the future. Ojani Oganwu, 31 minutes, 21 points. Jalen Johnson, 20 points, 34 minutes. CJ McCollum, 29 minutes, 18 points. Nickel Alexander Walker, 23 points, 32 minutes. Dyson Daniels, 34 minutes, 14 points. Bench production, Corey Crisper, 7 points. Muhammad Gwai, 14 minutes, 8 points. Zachary Richester, 21 minutes, 12 points. Jock Landell, 8 points, 16 minutes. Christian Koloku, 2 minutes, 0 points. Gabe Vincent, Keaton Wallace, and Caleb Hudson. Gabe Vincent played 5 minutes. Keaton Wallace and Caleb Huston played 2 minutes each. All of them had 0 points when it comes to the bench production. The Milwaukee Bucks, Giannis is back for his second game. 24 points in 26 minutes. Ozami Dean, 14 points, 28 minutes. Miles Turner, 22 minutes, 8 points. AJ Green, 24 minutes, 7 points. Ryan Rollins, 35 minutes, 13 points. Bench production, 24 minutes, 13 points. Thaddeus Antetokounmpo, 2 minutes, 0 points. Kyle Kuzma, 22 minutes, 16 points. Pete Nance, 3 minutes, 14 points. 14 minutes, 3 points. Jericho Sims, 23 minutes, 4 points. Gary Trent Jr., 2 minutes, 0 points. Cam Thomas, 18 minutes, 11 points. Andre Jackson Jr., 2 minutes, 0 points. And one thing that I'm going to show you all is this game was pretty much a blowout. I'm going to show you all team statistics, and then I will show you all the clips. So this game, it was pretty much a blowout. Largest lead for Atlanta was 23, and largest lead for the Milwaukee Bucks was 16. So both of these teams, they are in the same boat, not as record-wise, but when it comes to the momentum in basketball games, it seems like they can't hold up. Like they can have a big lead here and there, kind of like last night with the Bucks. They were up by 16 in the third quarter, and all of a sudden they go on a deficit. Well, they don't go on a run, but Atlanta, they goes on a run to win the game by 17. Well, by 18 rather. So they go on a run and win it by 18, and we are all looking at the Milwaukee Bucks and saying that Giannis coming back, it really may not help them in the play-in tournament, because the team that the Milwaukee Bucks lost to, Atlanta, they have to hope that they lose down the stretch and Milwaukee goes on a winning streak. And I don't see that happening, because between when Giannis was out for those 15 games, Milwaukee, they only won 2 of those games while Giannis was out. Now, since Giannis is back in, they've won a game and they've lost a game. And they have a bad home record. So the Milwaukee Bucks, they just need to pack it on in and get ready for next season. And here are some highlight clips. The last 4 minutes of the game, Atlanta pretty much had this firmly in hand. Atlanta was up by 18. Now they are up by 20. And you see nobody is hardly at the arena. Everybody is starting to leave. So the Milwaukee Bucks, they are in tough sledding right now. Very tough. very tough sledding, and I don't see them getting out. I really don't. I don't see them getting out of this thing. So now the last game that I'm going to talk about is this game right here. I don't know how long I don't know how long I'm gonna be on this game, but this was surprising to me last night for the Charlotte Hornets to go into Boston of all places and win. Charlotte, last time Charlotte Hornets, they've never went into Boston and won a game in Boston ever. So last night to see the Celtics lose is very uncharacteristic, but I'm not wavering in what I said about the Celtics earlier this week. So for starters, Charlotte Hornets, Miles Bridges, 9 points. Massa Abate, 9 points. Brandon Miller, 18 points. LaMelo Ball, 18 points. Con Caneppel, 20 points. Bench production for the Charlotte Hornets, Xavier Tillman, 0 points. Ryan Kalabrenner, 6 points. Pat Connaughton, 6 points. Kobe White, 17 points. Josh Green, 6 points. Trey Mann, 0 points. Antonio Reeves, 3 points. Zion James, 6 points. The Charlotte Hornets is basically a team that is also a diamond in the rough, but they still have a chance. They are in the play-in tournament, and who knows, they may play against a team like the Boston Celtics in the playoffs or the Detroit Pistons. Now, let me get to the Boston Celtics. Sam Hauser did not have an efficient night, only had 3 points. Namis Quetta had 2 points. Derek White Jr., he had 29 points in 29 minutes. He was very efficient. Jaylen Brown was not efficient at all. He was 7 of 19, 20 points in 34 minutes. Baylor Shearman had 9 points. Nikola Vucevic, bench production, 7 points. Luke Garza, 9 points. Peyton Pritchard, 24 minutes, 0 points. Ron Harper Jr., 7 minutes, 0 points. Jordan Walsh, 16 minutes, 2 points. Hugo Gonzalez, 25 minutes, 8 points. And I'm going to show you all the team statistics. Now, 3-point percentage last night for the Boston Celtics, it was pretty much bad on all cylinders. They were 10 of 36, and the Charlotte Hornets made 9 more threes than them. Free throws, they were 19 of 20, 95%. 17 of 21, 81%. And when it comes to the largest lead in this game, largest lead for the Charlotte Hornets was 29, and the Boston Celtics did not lead at all in this game. Now, one thing that I'm going to say is that the Charlotte Hornets, they are nothing to scoff at. They aren't. And as you can see, the glimmer of hope that the Celtics had in this game was when they were down. Well, they're not going to show it in the highlight. But the glimmer of hope that the Celtics had in this game, when the Celtics were down by 15 points, and as far as rebounds last night, it was very, very critical. The Boston Celtics, they didn't get as many rebounds as they needed to. And that is going to hurt them on down the stretch. Now, do I think that the Boston Celtics are going to miss out on the playoffs? Heavens no, I don't think that. Now, when we get to the Boston Celtics as far as a team that can defend and rebound, as you can see, total rebounds in this game when it comes to offensively, +2 for the Charlotte Hornets. Defensive rebounds, +4 for the Boston Celtics. Blocks, steals, everything went into the Charlotte Hornets' favor. And the Celtics, I'm not going to say that the Celtics, this was a game where they needed to look in the mirror, but I am going to say that this is one of the games and one of the teams that you cannot just put them as a a team that is going to just, lay down and go to sleep. Because right now, when it comes to the play-in tournament for the East, it would be the Orlando Magic, Atlanta Hawks 7-10, 8-9. It would be the Miami Heat and the Charlotte Hornets for the right to play Boston or Detroit. So Charlotte Hornets, they could be playing their playoff foe. They could have been playing their playoff foe last night. We don't know. And the same thing goes for the Western Conference. Now, it wasn't a lot of Western Conference action last night, but we all know that Oklahoma City went to New York and handled their business. And with that, that is my reaction to Wednesday night's games in the NBA. Please comment. Please like, comment, share, subscribe to Keytime Sports right here on YouTube, Key City Sports on Instagram, and the KeyOnMillions.co. We have live merchandise here. We have live merchandise. Here is my profile so that you will know it's me. And here is my media feed so that you can look at all of my previous segments and all of my previous team outlooks as far as when it comes to the NBA. And remember, everybody, one last thing, the key is always on time.